Who else was experiencing a little bit of deja vu on Sunday as the Chiefs took on the Los Angeles Chargers with Kareem Hunt in a different uniform as he took the field, not only to get a few snaps to get ready for the rest of the season, but to be essentially a workhorse down the stretch of this football game and really propelled the Chiefs to a victory with his effort. It gave them a jolt. We saw a lot of the same things that we saw from Kareem Hunt when he was in Kansas City the first time around. Honestly, this was one of those things that just kind of felt right having him back in Kansas City. So it was a great sight to see. And we got a little bit of the X-Man catching a big, deep ball over his shoulder while being held. All of these things coming in on Sunday as the Chiefs eke out a victory. Yes, was not without loss in that football game, but there are some things that we're going to look at the offense and take away. We know the defense was fantastic against the hobbled Los Angeles Chargers offense. So I want to talk about some things offensively that we can take away from this football game and that we can also kind of look forward to going forward as the Chiefs not only get into Monday Night Football against the Saints, but into their bye and look forward to the rest of the season with some of these injuries at home. So welcome in to the RGR Football Channel. My name is Daniel Harms, Senior Film Analyst. And yes, by the way, you will be dealing with this today because it's Tuesday. I'm recording and the Tigers play just like the Royals do with start of the postseason. So welcome into all my Royals fans. Congratulations on you guys. But again, if you're new to the channel here, hit that sub button and then allow me to earn a like as we work our way through some film here, which is what we do here every single Wednesday. You join me, we dive into some tape. So let's go ahead and start with some tape because I love what we get to do here every single Wednesday and look at some film and see what we got going on here. So when we look at this, this is like the patented Kareem Hunt jump cut, right? He's able to press and pop. He's still so good at that. So what we mean by the press and pop, you've got a split zone action right here, and he's going to have the intention of this play it's going to come down this way. So he's coming out here, coming down. Travis Kelce's going to be going out for a route, just kind of flare out to the right-hand side. And then you've got Jared Wiley coming across here to block. So if we look at the defensive front for the Chargers, they're all going to kind of shift down this way. And it's still a pretty light box. You've got 5 defensive linemen down, but this one out here on the edge is going to come and condense down. So watch Kareem Hunt, okay? Sorry, he goes out with Travis Kelce. So he's out here, and that's where we see this little lane, right? A lot of times you don't see, no offense to Isaiah Pacheco, how is he a guy who is not the smoothest runner? His footwork, his ankle flexion isn't always there. How is he going to get into this gigantic gap? So he typically can't. So that's where you see him kind of try to get up here and just kind of fight through some yards on the split zone. But what does Kareem Hunt do? He's going to come out, press up here, and then sidestep and accelerate through here. That's something that we don't see in Kansas City a lot of, or he can't do that because look, again, he's pressing here, hoping that number 6 continues his path and gets caught up on a block right here. No, unfortunately, he doesn't do it, but he comes around and jump cuts through, able to get through there, but still getting some positive yards on a play where the opposite side didn't look that way. So it looks so familiar. He's still very good at finding his way through holes. And right here, again, he's got intention. His body intention before right here where he's finally looking this way, it's right to this gap. He does a really nice job keeping his shoulders square and that body intention going forward. And then he's going to maneuver and get over here. Not a lot of things that we've been able to see in Kansas City since he was here the first time around. And there he is. That jump cut is so important because he accelerates through it and he uses that build-up speed where he creates that potential energy, right? Where he's coming through the line of scrimmage initially, and then he pops. He transfers it all to kinetic energy and starts to accelerate through the right-hand side. It's really fun to watch what he's able to do. And when you have light boxes, the Chiefs will take advantage of it. They will. And Isaiah Pacheco has done a fantastic job, that guy. But you've got a little bit of just inside zone, right? Just a little inside zone. You got everyone blocking out to the right a little bit. But look at the way that the offensive line is, or assuming the defensive line is constructed here, where you've got a gap. It's going to be opened right to the right-hand side immediately. And so just take advantage of it. You come down here, you press. Again, he's going to press to the line of scrimmage. You're going to try to get Creed Humphrey on the edge here, but then pop right through here. And then that's where he accelerates. Boom, through the line. and then he spins off. The way that he creates different angles for it makes it really difficult for tacklers to get to him through body positioning is incredible. So here again, you're going to see the intention, and right as he gets to the point where you see an arm tackle, this is where he starts. One, he's got two hands on that football, not going to be fumbling it on my watch, and he's going to spin around as he collides here, stops, protects that football, but then moves his body out of the way of the big hit so he doesn't take a big hit, and the contact balance to stay up. I do think Creed Humphrey helped a little bit there on the back end, but that's that unique contact balance that is different than what we see from Isaiah Pacheco, who is I'm going to keep my feet going. The body positions that Kareem Hunt has to not just create yards, but to survive contact are unique, specifically to Kansas City. And I think that's why we're seeing people gravitate towards Carson Steele, because he does have some of those qualities as well. But what they're really going to be able to execute, because they want to throw the football, are gashing teams with draw plays. I've been begging for the Chiefs to run more draw plays, but for whatever reason, it does feel like even Isaiah Pacheco gives it away a little bit. This is the one that I think fooled most people, because they do a really great job of, again, pass blocking. Look at the defense. Defense is back off everything. You've got pass rushers coming. You have all of these guys coming out here. And then the Chiefs do a really nice job of generating that upfield push from the offensive line or from the defensive line. And then they're going to get Creed Humphrey and Noah Gray out in front a little bit, and they're going to try to create a little bit of blocking downfield for him. Creed gets on his guy. You've got Justin Watson getting a block, even though, he disengages there a little bit. But this is a chunk play. It's especially because I believe this was 2nd and 20. So Kareem Hunt, really nice job of getting out of the way of the pressure as well, and then just jumping into this and getting 9-10 yards on the play. Again, notice the footwork. You're getting Joe Thuney in his lap, which Joe Thuney did not have a great game here, but also really nice job from Jesse Minter putting Tuli Tuipulotu on him and kind of using the power and speed to power as a defensive end rusher to go after him. I think that they did a really nice job of mixing up their pass rushers. You got Bud Dupree on the field with Khalil Mack without Joey Bosa, and then Tuli Tuipulotu, who comes in and plays a little bit of condensed. He plays on the outside. A really nice job executing their pass rush plan against this offensive line where, let's be honest, right now on the left-hand side, you've got some problems. So let's just keep that in mind as we go through the rest of the season, get through a bye, and hopefully they can figure that out. And as they get later into the season, Joe Thuney can start to be what we know him to be. If not, we're going to have some questions to have to answer going forward. But again, that footwork to just kind of sidestep and get out here into the space where Creed Humphrey is, get on that block, get through the field, and then just fall forward. The consistent fall forward from Kareem Hunt is what we remember. It's not the exact same, obviously. His hair is a bit longer. He's wearing number 29, but he looks rejuvenated in Kansas City. Obviously, he definitely looks fully healthy. And the fact that they were able to lean on him in this football game for a large portion, here's another draw play, just goes to show you that they felt comfortable with how he was in his preparation and conditioning, because he didn't look exhausted in the fourth quarter. I know he didn't play a ton, but he started getting snaps in the second quarter. And this is, once again, this one's to the right side. You see Creed Humphrey try to get out there along with Travis Kelce coming from the opposite side to get blocks. I do think they're going to continue to be able to use this with Kareem Hunt. I think he's uniquely gifted in the sense where he can still sell the pass, where he just kind of shifts over a little bit. Attention isn't usually on a running back when the offensive line gets into their pass sets and Patrick is still standing up, and then he shifts over there and does a nice job of selling it. You see 7-9 yards on those two plays in, a draw play. That's what you want from a draw. And eventually you're going to make defenses have to think, well, what happens if they hand it off the ball here? They'll much rather live with that than they will Patrick Mahomes getting them for long. But at the same time, those are really positive plays that they can continue to incorporate into the offense that will be hugely effective. And then this is something that I'm a big fan of. Again, we talked earlier about how I don't think that Isaiah Pacheco, for as gifted a downhill runner as he is, can do this. Now, this is single back power, which we'll get to on the goal line angle, but he is able to take this, and instead of getting upfield and trying to go behind that block, he's able to curve around that curve linear acceleration, okay? where you're able to accelerate upfield in a curved line. It's a different angle. He's able to create all of that. So you've got the offensive line. You got Puller here, first of all. Then you got everyone pretty much blocking down, a little bit of a wide block here. And Travis Kelce is essentially going to be kind of waiting this out to see what Khalil Mack does, but he wants to wait it out to get to the next level here, where Dan Henley is. And I'll be honest, I think Dan Henley played pretty good. I liked him coming out of Washington State, former safety from Nevada, played linebacker at Washington State. So, and then you're going to, again, see the eyes where he can see, I'm not going to be able to get to where this gap is supposed to be, because essentially you want the block down, and then this blocker to come out here and form a gap, a lane right off the edge of that tackle. It's what you're looking for. That's not there because Khalil Mack is aggressive and gets downhill. So Kareem Hunt just takes it all the way across, angles that through because they did not attack very aggressively. Travis is on the linebacker coming through, and he has a lane. He's able to take that and just accelerate all around the outside. So what we're seeing, I think, is very useful, and especially because we're going to talk about Isaiah Pacheco when he comes back. He is going to have a guy that spells him. Injuries every single year. I feel for the guy. I really do. You don't want to overuse Isaiah Pacheco anymore. That's just not going to be it. I think this 1-2 punch is going to be extremely impactful and something that they continue to use. So when, I don't think Carson Steele is going to be dropped down or anything like that, but it depends on what they want to do with Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Samaje Perine. So at the end of the day, this is what we're looking for. And I just needed to throw this in here, guys. This is the drop on third down, but watch Kareem Hunt's reaction down here at the bottom of your screen. He's not happy. I do think not only was he a little frustrated that he dropped the football, obviously, because they won't need, that's a moment they need that third down, but I think you probably could have thrown the football to Kareem Hunt and gotten the first down. So they drew this up specifically for Sky Moore on third down to create a little bit of a rub route. And honestly, he's doing too much. Just get out there. This is a rub route. Get to your route. Get out there. He's still doing too much. So that's just here, neither here nor there. And this is the energy that we want to see from Kareem Hunt, that we got from Kareem Hunt. And I love this. This is one of my favorite moments from the entire football game. Yes, I know there wasn't very much to be had here, but I love that they can continue to use Xavier Worthy. This is something we're also going to mention here. Talk a little bit about the importance that he's going to create. We have more sideline stretching now, horizontal stretch. It's exactly what they're going to do right here on this play. He's going to come out and they're going to fake giving him the football. Attention, defense, flags go up. You're going to go watch Xavier Worthy go on this way to the right of our screen. And then they're just going to leak Kareem Hunt back. And they're going to get that, again, vertical push down the field here with the movement of Xavier Worthy going that way with the intention of Patrick Mahomes handing the football to him. And then you get that little bit of a pull from Trey Smith. And, we've got a lane. We have a lane, guys. You've got block here, and then Kareem Hunt is going to just get through, and then watch the angles. Again, we talk about the angles. Look at what he does on this play, because it's, again, unique. Just like he spun off, he did the exact same thing here. So angles his body out of the way. Again, still accelerating, by the way. Shoulders down, dipping his right shoulder a little bit so he can get through this, and then he's going to notice, we're going to take it slow here, that he's got a couple of defenders kind of coming off onto him right here and from here, different angles. So now he's going to brace again for impact and then begin to spin to the opposite direction of towards the direction of the guys coming at him right here. So again, he leans into it and spins off and is able to just kind of dive forward. And if there hadn't been no one else there, he probably gets a little bit more, because he did land on his right hand where he was going to try to propel himself forward. So all these different things in the way that he is able to handle this kind of a workload, even now, makes him say this. And this is, again, one of my favorite moments. I had to include it because he was all about feed me the football after 3 straight touches, I believe, to this football game. And then this one getting him down there. Unfortunately, it wasn't him who scored the touchdown. I think he was a little bit tired at this point. But how they're using Xavier Worthy, not just, that was after the bomb, right? So you have vertical stretch, horizontal stretch, and then Kareem Hunt being used in the passing game, I still think is very important. And he will be asked to be that player for Kansas City come time that Isaiah Pacheco was back in here, you got outlet to the right-hand side. That balance at the sideline still there. It's still unique. He's got 7 yards. But I want you guys to watch something. Something most of you probably didn't catch when you were watching it live because you can't see it. So you have Kareem Hunt, again, going to the flat. Travis Kelce on this right-hand side down here, who's going to just kind of release up to the middle or to the right-hand side of the field. But watch Xavier Worthy. He comes up and they kind of switch release here. Travis ends up as the outside receiver. Xavier ends up as the inside receiver. Going to take this to this guy, jab, and go over the middle of the field and just watch where everybody is. Just real quickly. It's just a lot of fun to see here. Again, Patrick had his eyes over here first. Safety. Okay, well, I see that. I'm going to come down here. But this safety is, I got attention on Xavier Worthy. And jab step. Oh, bye-bye. Look at it. Oh, bye. I know the ball's out, but this would have been a touchdown. Now, Patrick can't get the football there, obviously, because you have some issues on the left-hand side of the offensive line. But again, just quickly watch as we see this start to unfold. I will say we're going to get a little bit more underneath usage from Xavier Worthy going forward, but these plays are not unique. He got open 4 times deep in this game. Caught one for a touchdown, wasn't targeted the rest. But again, watch William Morris here get caved. It's Khalil Mack. It is what it is. But he got absolutely caved in this play, and Mahomes was able to get the football out to Kareem Hunt, who then gets 7 yards because of his balance at the sideline. Nice job catching that football, and that's where he's going to add a lot of value as a receiver. But again, we just talked about Xavier Worthy. Let's extend it a little bit more to that play because the touchdown. We'll talk about the touchdown. There's a lot that goes into the play itself. One, I love that they actually have Sky Moore come out block. They have Noah Gray chip, and they essentially have 3 receivers. You know, the running back releases out to the left-hand flat, but you know, we have play action to the flat, and again, we have motion. So we have horizontal stretch from Sky Moore and Kareem Hunt, but also you've got a little bit of chip action here from Noah Gray, who's going to release to the middle, and then you have Travis Kelce causing creating defensive gravity over the middle of the field once again, which essentially divides this field in half because the right-hand side is going to be looking at Travis Kelce. Again, we've got obvious attention there, but also because this safety is going to be on this side and maybe wants to drive on a possible throw over the middle of the field to Travis Kelce, it creates a one-on-one situation where Xavier Worthy gets to just run by this DB. And this becomes the longest air yard throw in Patrick Mahomes' career for a touchdown. And I want you guys to pay attention. I can't slow this down because it gets really choppy. But if you watch Xavier Worthy on this play, there's a moment where he gears down slightly. So if you can find it right there, he takes an added long step, and that freezes the DB on the outside just long enough where he can drive right by him. But again, you see the safety, number 32. He's opened this way. He's opened right here towards the middle of the field. He's not opening, or he's not backpedaling. If he's backpedaling, this probably doesn't end in a touchdown, or it still might, because eyes will indicate Patrick Mahomes is looking to the middle of the field, but really he's looking at what 32 is doing because he knows that Xavier Worthy is going to run by whoever is on the outside because he's that fast. So they created a lot, and then there's that ball tracking and catching it through contact. When's the last time that we saw that in Kansas City? I think it was when Kareem Hunt was here, and also that guy Tyreek Hill was in Kansas City too. These kind of plays are going to come. I know that this was an exciting one for everybody to see actually happen, but it's important, okay? Because like we talked about, it wasn't just the one play. It wasn't just the play that I just showed you before that. We had multiple plays. Now, this is the right read, okay? It's the right read, but it's also probably should have been a touchdown to Xavier Worthy. The right read. It's a good play call. Again, we got horizontal stretch from Xavier Worthy on this play, who is going to leak out to a wheel route down the right-hand sideline. And then you've got a play action where Kareem Hunt's also going to leak out to the right-hand side. Noah Gray, again, really nice job kind of doing the same thing that Travis Kelce does, where he's going to run this unique little in and out and around and then hook to the middle of the field. Travis is going to have one-on-one here, but they're also going to bring back Jared Wiley, who does a fantastic job here of helping out. And Patrick sees that and delivers the football down to Noah Gray in the middle of the field. Really nice play action pass. Again, they have been running the football quite effectively with Kareem Hunt. So you have him out in the field and you want that. So this is what I'm talking about. He's going to come and just hook here. Again, we've got this safety backpedaling, not in a great situation. And you've just got speed. He's fast. If you throw this to the end zone, there's a 0% chance that this player is going to flip his hips and run down there and break it up. All I'm saying is if you pay attention, at this moment, if Patrick Mahomes was throwing this downfield, it would be a touchdown pass. But this is a good throw. Obviously, it's a good read. Noah Gray's wide open in the middle of the field. I'm just showing you what's going to happen when they bring this out next time, because Noah Gray might, or Travis Kelce might bring more attention to the middle of the field than Xavier Worthy is, who might be lost to some peripheral vision. Really, really nice job by Jared Wiley here coming out to help on Travis Kelce and Patrick. Fantastic job stepping up. Offensive line bottom the time. And Noah Gray, once again, being the useful player that he has continued to showcase himself to be. So all of that being said, this is a fantastic, I think, redemption arc for Kareem Hunt, who's going to continue to find himself, I think, in not just useful situations, but important situations going forward. And all of the different things they can do run scheme wise, it looked like they were drawing up plays specifically for him. The draws, the little pooch pass there on the middle and down in the red zone. Those are hugely important because it shows you that he's already, he basically never left. He understood the playbook. He understood what they were looking for. And the fact that he can run the gap, run the power, run the zone, all of that different, all those different things, he's going to be the starting running back going forward. And that's a really cool thing to watch after everything that took place. The lying, the obvious kicking, things you shouldn't do, the arc getting back to it, seeing him go through that, playing well, honestly, with Nick Chubb in Cleveland, going through the injury last year, coming back here. I think next week, against the Saints, we might see him score a touchdown. That would be pretty cool to watch as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown of Kareem Hunt, a little bit of Clyde Edwards-Helaire a little bit of Xavier Worthy usage. I'm not entirely sure why we're talking about Clyde yet. He's not even activated off the IR, non-football injury list. But yes, Xavier Worthy is going to continue to be important. I think we're going to see more use out of him from the crosser and those horizontal, a little bit more intermediate routes. But those deep shots are there. They are in the offense. And now you've gone back to seeing against the Falcons, that breakdown that I did. And then this one here showing you not just the big touchdown he caught, but a couple of other plays that probably should have been. So you guys make sure, again, if you're new to the channel, please hit that sub button. And I hope I was able to earn, a like from you guys, because that's what we're here for. I want to make sure that you guys enjoy the content we're putting out here. Don't forget, Ryan and I will be back most likely Friday for that game plan, and then join us Monday night after the game, where we do those lives every single post game. Have yourselves a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.